Alright guys, we're back. Amon-Rellik the Godslayer, Amon-Rellik Gaming, and we are back and you know what it is. Final Fantasy 14. Let's go hit up Lise. Having listened to Ember Vallis' maniacal plans, Lise is ready to go to war.
I'm not sure what I was expecting from our meeting with the Emperor, but it wasn't that. Still, at least we know now what he's really after.
Aye, a future built on a mountain of bodies. I too want the Ascians dead, but not at any cost.
The last of the reinforcements from Dorma arrived not long ago. I pray it will be enough. Given the Emperor's stated goal, this is a battle we can ill afford to lose.
If the Garleans come in force, we may not have much say in the matter, even with our combined strength.
We knew from the first that the odds would be against us. But if there is even the slightest chance of victory, we must do everything in our power to seize it.
We must seize it, full stop.
Here!
The two of you are to join an irregular unit and support the main host. I won't bother asking if you're minded to fight.
After coming this far, how could I not? And for once, there's no one around to countermand me. Not that I would. Not even my brother. But we all know who'll really make the difference. Ready to frighten some Garleans?
You know I am. You know I am.
I wouldn't want to be on their side.
That's right, well the
Might
Dark...
I ask you to accompany the Dorman contingent?
Dark Knight?
They are strangers here, and your presence would do much to raise their spirits.
We would be honored.
When our people stride out with you in their midst, I dare say the Eorzeans will feel an ilm taller themselves. High spirits have a way of spreading.
What I wouldn't give to join you. But my duties as field commander will not allow it. I'll leave the front lines in your capable hands. Comrades, ready your arms. The hour of battle has come. May the crystal guide us to victory!
Since the others couldn't be here, we'll have to fight twice as hard. If Alphinaud wakes to find the Imperials have won, I shall never hear the end of it. It's strange. I thought I would be terrified when the fighting started. I should be terrified. But with you at our side, I can't help feeling everything is going to be all right.
'Cause it is! That's
So
right, man.
please. Don't you dare leave me alone.
Don't worry, girl. I ain't going nowhere. They can't stop me.
No matter what happens, we have to survive together.
Let's go to war. All right. We're ready to go on with the story. I had to go back and do a couple of dungeons. Holy shit. So the war's happening. They coming in parachutes and stuff, what?
Forward! Forward!
Okay.
Leave this to me.
This is a freaking battlefield, yo. This is awesome. Okay, now we can do some big stuff. Okay, yeah, them mechanics were dope. All right. All right. Oh dear. Damn. Oh.
Ready?
Look at that shit. Let's go. Okay. Okay. Now let's do this.
You underestimate me!
Emmerich, boy, he going forward. Not a problem. Let's go.
This knight does not yield! Out of my way!
Oh God, they're mech gorillas.
As one!
Don't have a shot at me, girl.
Let us be about it!
Damn, heathen. Okay. Oh, it's some guards and some girls. The snow, oh my god, it just hit the snow. All right. Okay. Oh shit! Woo! 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 Okay then, girl. What? That was a DPS check right there, I guess. All right. I'll definitely agree for that. And this don't necessarily need pass. There you go. Woo! Alright. Let us continue. This is awesome that that was a battlefield. You actually fought them.
There you are, and none the worse for wear.
Indeed. I had hoped we might do more to help, but there seems to be no one left to fight.
A tactical withdrawal, perhaps?
We should give chase. Finish them off while we have the chance. Imagine the other surprise when they wake to find the war already won.
Oh shit.
The light will expunge all life. Only you can forestall the calamity. Throw wide the gates.
No! Not like...
Oh no. Don't tell me. Are you all right? Quickly! We must get her back to the encampment.
All right. Rob on. We got some problems. Guardians have been routed, have they? Well done. Though this exchange was no more than a test of our strength, like it's not, they won't be taking any chances now that the Empire has joined the fray. Now the Emperor has joined the fray. They'll want to take their time and whittle down our defenses. Still, with your help and that of our Eastern allies, we've passed the first test. Our line is unbroken. As for Alizé, well, she's in good hands over in the infirmary. My lord, the chirurgeons have completed their examination of Mistress Alizé and is happy to be feared. She is locked in a slumber without any outward cause. Just like the others. Damn it all. Alright, the Guardians put the fine time to come knocking. 5 scions incapacitated, and with the enemy on our doorstep, I cannot spare the men to assist in the search for a cure. The best I can do is see to it that Alizé is exhorted safely back to the Rising Stones. Yuri and I will return to our encampment. The main contingent of our forces from the east from the Far East is under sail, and we all must be ready for their arrival. I'll not keep you then. Judging by the Garlean's recent movements, or lack thereof, they won't be launching another offensive. Ooh, I'm over here yawning and shit. Sorry about that. They won't be launching another offensive in the immediate future. You should return to the Rising Stones. Given the plight of your fellow scions, I can understand if you feel on edge, but you'll be no good to anyone without rest. And Madonna. Seventh heaven. All right. No. Ah, Almond, welcome home. Word has it you and Mistress Alizé gave the Garleans quite a thrashing. Speaking of whom, where is Mistress Alizé? I was certain she would be returned by now. About the 12, not her too. Oko and I will be ready. We'll ready the infirmary for our arrival. We'll also need to send a message to Tartaru. Post haste. Would that I had something other than grim tidings to share with her. And with you too, for that matter. It grieves me to report that the Archon's condition remains unchanged. As we speak, Coltonet, Creel, and Master Montoya continue to explore every possible avenue. Alas, their efforts have yet to bear fruit. But all's not lost. You are still hale and whole, after all. Though I suspect you must be tired from your journey, you should rest, my friend. Leave the worrying to us, for the time being at least. So Alizé is knocked out too. At the border of Alamigo. Hell, boy. Hell. He's here. Alright, let's see here. Hoary Boulder's sullen expression suggests he has no news to share, which is, in this case may not mean good news. Oh, Almond, yours is a welcome face indeed in these troubled times. Though if you come to inquire about our stricken brothers and sisters, I'm afraid I have not to report. Coltonet and the others continue their tireless search for answers, and I too have done all in my power to assist them, at last. My apologies for the intrusion. I was told Master Alphinaud had been brought here, and wished to see if his condition had improved. A former Garlean, you. Master Armand, I have heard about the part you played in driving back the Empire's forces. Thank you. That you were able to stop them, if only for a short while, gives me hope. I realize how strange such words must come from a Gallian's lips, but I speak them out of the love I bear for my homeland, because I wish to see an end to the bloodshed. That is why I chose to share all that I know with the Alliance. Though I will surely be branded a traitor, I am content to bear that ignominy. 'Twill seem a small price to pay if it helps to prevent this conflict from escalating any further. But enough of my prattling. The war is not what brought me all this way. I came to see Master Alphino, an acquaintance of Amon and Alphino, are you? Well, far be it from me to turn away good company. You will follow me, sir. When word reached me that Alphino had returned, it seemed only right that I visit him. Poor lad, it pains me to see him thus. But I take solace in the knowledge that he is safe and well cared for. He fought valiantly at the burn. Populares could not have wished for a more committed ally. I know not how he came to be so afflicted, but I pray a cure will be found soon. On an unrelated note, you may be interested to know that I traveled here in the company of another acquaintance of yours. He awaits my return at North Silvertier, and I am certain he would be glad to see you, assuming you can spare the time, that is. So where is this? Where are we? Where is this at? Where is this at? All that aether in the air, all that unchecked power. Oh, there you are. I was beginning to think you would not come. Sounds like you've been through the mill. Should have called me. Though I confess, tracking down missing souls isn't exactly my field of expertise. As you may have surmised, I heard much of Master Garland growing up in Garlemald. Indeed, he has long been a source of inspiration to me. Most Garleans would say he is a traitor, that he turned his back on his country. We of the populares, however, consider him a revolutionary, a man willing to defy the empire's dreams of subjugation, that his inventions might bring about a better future for all mankind. Please, revolutionary? Revolutionary is a term best reserved for my work. But, I am but an imperial defector who thought to aid another imperial defector. Whatever Master Garland says, I am humbled to find myself in such distinguished company. Speaking of distinguished company, we heard from Raubon that you ran into an old friend in the burn. Is it true? Gaius still lives? Like most in the army, I never had the privilege of seeing the legatus without his mask. To think I walked halfway across the burn in the presence of the Black Wolf. And he claimed that he severed ties. He claims to have severed ties with the Empire to hunt Asians, didn't he? After his humbling at the Praetorium, one would think he'd have the good sense to stay dead. Should we meet again, I'll be sure to tell him so. Commander Alden also spoke of the Alliance's meeting with the Emperor, though I still labor to believe what he told us. Did His Radiance really claim that Garlemald was founded by the Asians? Garlemald. But that is madness. The very notion is absurd. Every fiber of my being rails against it. And yet I see there is no escaping the truth. From the very founding of my homeland, my brothers and sisters have laid down their lives to serve in service to a lie. The Asians must be stopped to save my people, to save all peoples. For all the Empire's many crimes, even I did not suspect. Had I known, I would have left a lot sooner. But that is in the past. Here in the present, we must apply ourselves to the problem of how the Empire's ambitions may be thwarted, not only in Eorzea, but in the Far East as well. The Ironworks will spare no effort to achieve that end. Seriu's wall was a good start, but we can do more, and we will. We'll show them what it means to achieve freedom through technology. Begging your pardons, I bear a message for the Warrior of Light. Commander Alden requests your presence at the Alliance headquarters in Alamigo. He will discuss matters of strategy at your earliest convenience. Ah yes, the inevitable messenger. I knew it wouldn't be long before duty called you away. Time no doubt being of the essence, could I tempt you a ride aboard the Excelsior? If there's a faster way to rob on side, I will personally apologize to the commander for keeping him waiting. I swear every time you board my airship, you seem to be barreling headlong into danger. And every time, you somehow contrive to emerge victorious. Which, of course, is an admirable skill. But no one is invincible, Amon. Not even you. So please, take care of yourself out there. I pray you remain safe on the front lines. Though ill-equipped to join the fray, I shall do all I can to assist from headquarters. My colleagues and I shall be have been tasked with evacuating casualties by air. Okay. See that you aren't among them, eh? Vacuum. Oh, are they talking about from the previous fight? Ain't they talking about from the previous fight? Ain't they talking about the previous fight? Despite the apparent urgency of Raubon's summons, the Resistance fighter seems content to wait for your signal to proceed. Lord Alden is waiting, sir. Commander Alden is waiting, sir. It would be best if we proceeded to the Alliance headquarters at once. Let's go. Let's get it. Are you ready? Let's get it. You're here, good. I summoned you to discuss strategy, but first I will apprise you of the Guardian's movements. Upon speaking with Raubon, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside a sufficient time to view these cutscenes in their entirety. Let's go!
There have been several skirmishes along the border, but as yet neither side has delivered a decisive blow. We had long assumed that the Garleans would overwhelm us in a straight fight, but we seem to be gaining ground, albeit slowly. As to why that might be, the most likely explanation is that they have yet to commit all their forces. Still, we're winning, and our latest intelligence suggests the Emperor has retreated back to Garlemald. In light of this, we're considering launching an offensive with the aim of pushing the front line forward and giving ourselves some room to breathe.
Commander! The Imperials! They've broken through our defenses to the east!
What?
Our scouts say their forces are being led by Lord Xenos.
Xenos.
Lord Heian and Commander Hext have taken their troops to provide support, but we don't know how long they can hold out.
So, they've been biding their time, waiting for his arrival, have they? Very well. Send word to our allies, requesting reinforcements for the front line. Should the worst come to the worst, I may need to enter the fray myself. But what of you? Do you still have the strength to fight?
So long as you leave the Ascian to me.
He may not die as such, but to see Lord Xenos fall on the battlefield would deal a heavy blow to Imperial morale. I'll see to it the men stay clear.
Why won't they open? Please, I bid you open.
What's wrong? Is it the voice again? Are you sure you're in a fit state to do this? May Ralga grant us strength. Give 'em hell, lad. I, for my part, will defend this place to my dying breath.
Meanwhile, at the border of Alamigo. What is this? What's this? Where am I? Yo, what the hell? What do I have here? Yagetsu combo. Execute the following in succession. Ajisai delivers an attack. Damage over time. Hisatsu. Gyoten rushes the target and attacks. Okay. Second wind instantly restores on HP. Let's go!
Ready? This one's for you, Ida.
What are you doing? Oh wait! Shit. He's strong.
Here it comes.
The weave of a shinobi's power. The art of my forebears.
Damn! We got this. Come on, bro. Yeah, boy, you can't stop me, Zeno. The master of the sword. One hand.
Fall, fiend!
You get it!
Yo. Yo.
Damn you!
Yo, Zeno's strong as hell. Zeno's strong as hell. Yo, Zeno's strong as fuck, dude. But leave Xenos alone, cuz he will drop you. Xenos will drop you.
Magic. With a Garlean body. That's hardly fair. Still, he must be stopped, no matter the cost.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Bringer of light. It has been too long.
The Dark Knight is here. Xenos.
No words to mark our reunion? So be it. Equilibrium must be restored, and only your death will redress the balance.
Oh boy, here he goes again. Another 1v1. Another 1v1.
Yeah.
That's nasty. Okay, let's try it again. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. We're gonna do that on normal. We're gonna skip all this though. And we're gonna skip that. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna do it again. Come on. We're gonna do it again. Skip cutscene. Must we do both fights over again? We gotta do both fights over again? Yep, we do. I'll come back when I'm done with this. Alright. Try this again, shall we? Sacrifice it. Sacrifice it. I had to sacrifice it. Ah! Oh God, it's everywhere. There. We got him. We got him. We got him. We got him. We got him, baby. We got him, baby. Oh.
Your mother chose her champion well. Yet, for all your strength, you will still fail.
Please, I beseech you.
Someone calls to you. Too late, alas.
Oh no, don't tell me after all this I'm gonna die! No!
At last, I found you. Please, there's no cause for alarm. Though, I confess, this is not where I had intended to meet. But the place of our meeting is of no consequence, like the war you wage. Win or lose, the path you walk leads only to oblivion. The better path leads you here, to me. I have need of your strength.
Yeah, who are you?
I'm afraid such questions will have to wait. We have precious little time, and your work is not yet done. Go to the Crystal Tower. I have left something for you near its base. It will serve as a beacon of sorts, one which I pray will help you on your journey. All you need do is find it. I will take care of the rest. Soon, we will throw wide the gates. And the path to the first will be yours to walk at last.
Girl, just run out. Nice little fire. God damn, you tall as hell,
You're
dude.
awake. Thank heavens.
Where is Xenos?
I see you recall that much, at least. In the midst of your duel, it is said you faltered, and that the Crown Prince seized the opportunity to deliver a mortal blow. Yet before his blade could find its mark, he was distracted by the arrival of a second adversary who bore you away from the battlefield and into the hands of our chirurgeons. Lest you wonder, he left before you awoke. As is his wont. Estinian never was one for emotional farewells.
Estinian, boy. Hell no.
Though
Legendary
Xenos
circle.
bested all before him, the battle clearly took its toll, for he retreated shortly after your rescue. Seeing this, the remaining Imperial forces decided discretion was the better part of valor and pulled back, allowing us to re-establish our position. We have since received word of renewed unrest in the provinces, doubtless inspired by the efforts of the Eorzean Alliance and our Far Eastern allies. Nor does the good news end there. We have also come into possession of intelligence suggesting unrest within the Imperial Court. This would certainly explain why both the Emperor and Lord Xenos appear to have abandoned the fight. A long-awaited ray of hope in these dark times.
I wish I could glamour my arms and feet, but I can't. Right now, I ran out, so I don't have enough to do that. So I'll say okay.
Yet to awake, I'm afraid. But please, concentrate on your own recovery for now. You have carried the hopes of some half-dozen nations, and we are all eternally grateful for your efforts. But no one is without their limits, not even you. Leave this fight to us, my friend. You have earned your rest. But before I forget, I was asked to deliver a message as soon as you awoke. A reminder that you are not alone, though many of your allies have fallen. When you are well and rested, you are to return home, where friends will be waiting for you. Now, if you will excuse me, I must return to the front. May we meet again soon, under happier circumstances.
He was tall as hell. That girl looked so small compared to him. Like, wow, he was tall as shit. I do like the glowy parts, though. Well, this is a most unexpected surprise. I thought you confined to bed. Count Edmont de Fortens. When I heard that you had collapsed on the battlefield, I confess I feared the worst. But with you standing here before me, I see now that the reports of your defeat were greatly exaggerated, thanks to Fury. As long as we have you, Master Relic, history suggests we have a fighting chance. Speaking of fighting, you may be surprised to hear that the war's effects can already be felt here in Ishgard. In anticipation of a need for reinforcements, Atarel will soon be departing for the front lines with the contingent of our finest knights. I would advise you to stay until your strength had returned, but I know it will be an exercise in futility. Indeed, I suspect you have already decided your next destination. Dark days lie ahead, of that I have no doubt, but the light of hope shall ever guide our steps so long as we have the will to press on. And press on we must. Farewell, my friend. I pray our next meeting will be under happier circumstances. Are we where I think we are? Yeah, boy, we're in Ishgard. Where the legend of the Dark Knight began. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. Let's head back and let's head to the Rising Stones. What kind of outfit is she wearing? Oh, cool. Look at that helmet. Good lord. Look at that hat. Shit. That hat's serious as hell.
By the 12! I don't believe it! I rushed back as soon as I could. I swear, my heart nearly stopped when I heard you'd collapsed like the others. What in heaven's name is going on? Win or lose, the path you walk leads only to oblivion. Oh, well, that's helpful. And what else did he say? The better path leads to him? If his is the voice you've all been hearing, perhaps the others are with him. Sir Emmerich said the fighting had reached a stalemate, didn't he? But if that monster masquerading as Xenos comes back... Thancred, Yestola, Urianger, Alphano, Alize... You're going to need all of them on your side to defeat him. And I forbid you from going to face him on your own, do you hear me? So if you must leave, go and find the others. Bring them home. As for where to start, you said the stranger had left a beacon for you at the Crystal Tower, right? But I'm sure I remember hearing that the tower was blocked off. There has to be a way. If anyone would know, it's Sid and the researchers of St. Coinac's find. Don't you worry, we'll find that beacon for you.
Everybody getting all hyped up. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace.
I pray you have good reason for abandoning the front.
How could I remain there while the rumor that my son is possessed by a demon spreads like a sickness here at home? I will not be made to fight for the throne a second time. But what of you? Did you not tell me you would destroy Eorzea's champion with the ease that one might swat a fly?
A minor setback. He will not escape me again. Where is your grandsire? I would have words with him.
How should I know? Do you hide from each other's sight as well? I imagine he's doing what all Ascians do.
He must have found a way to take advantage of this turmoil.
Men are not pawns to be played with, Ascian. You underestimate us at your peril. This war will not be decided by you and yours. Man must choose his own fate, and I, for my part, will do all within my power to see Garlemald emerge victorious.
King trying to keep his empire out of the hands of these weird spirit demon thingies.
Pray forgive the intrusion, Your Radiance, but the requested preparations are now complete. We stand ready to begin production of Black Rose upon your order.
Oh, that toxic gas. Don't do this. Don't do it, dude. Don't do it. Don't do this. Yo, that was okay. So that was the end of Stormblood. Was it the end of Stormblood? Yeah, it's the end of Stormblood. Okay. Oh man, okay. So look at here, we got to the end of Stormblood. So now we just gotta pound our way through Shadowbringers, and then we'll be ready for Endwalkers, guys. Like I said before, I'm gonna try to run my way through it real rough, real tough, and just get it through there, pound all through the main story quest, so that we can just, get to where we need to get to and get current. Thanks guys for watching. I'm Amon-Rellik the Godslayer. I'm Amon-Rellik Gaming. We are out.
Fire in your hearts, steel as you sound the horn.